to him? Kelly's on her way. Not going to make this game though.
What? That's what I just said.
Yeah. We are live on the Jerry Cast from Lightning Bantam Hockey here from the Icon Sports Center. This is called the Rydell Arena. As you can see on the ice, RydellCars.com. Assumingly a very large sponsor of this rink up here in Grand Forks, North Dakota. A beautiful 3 hours and 40-minute drive from the Pequot, Breezy, Aiken area. Long.
Two guys
doing that.
Yeah.
They got hit.
I've invited you. I've invited you. You keep declining.
He just seems to want to chirp.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Where the Lightning are going to take on the Edina Hornets, all the way down from the southern part of the Twin Cities. It was definitely a long ride for both teams to come up here, and we're going to get some hockey underway. Bantam hockey coming at you as the Lightning and Hornets are going to face down. And the face-off is underway as Cradaville chucks it over to the wall, over to Rickla. Rickla's going to put it in the zone. He's right in the left circle, just loses a handle on it as the Hornets take over and they chip it off the half wall and out of the zone. Wesky back over to Cradaville. Same little play here. Cradaville's going to dump it in the zone. No icing. Going to wave it off. Puck is going to get broke free by the Hornets. They're going to bring it up into the zone, right up the gut. They go between the circles, takes a shot. It's right in the net after a rebound. Number 16 for the Hornets puts a shot on goal. And number 8, Fredvidia, puts it in the net for a 1-0 lead for Edina. Early lead here with only 34 seconds into the game. The Hornets put one on the board. Yantis is going to chip it back to McLaughlin. McLaughlin goes off the wall. It comes into the zone. Chasing for it is Yantis. Yantis behind the net, but now the Hornets do break it out. McLaughlin chasing for it on the opposite side. Hornets are regrouping in the neutral zone here off the wall. And they bring it back to into the back ice, and they bring it up the zone again. They chip it in up to the right side. Molesky puts a hit on him, and it gets around to the blue line. Here's a shot, stick saved by Sullivan. Shoulder check by Molesky, kind of right as the play was ending. And they'll reset things here with 13:47 to go. Face off by Rao on the circle. They come out with it between the circles over to the right now. Here's Brownsell. He banks it off the wall, trying to get it clear. We check in there, trying to get it. So is Brownsell on the half wall, trying to dig it out. Mells is in there as well. Mells gets it up to Brownsell. They get it up, and they chip it down in. Chasing for it as we check in Brownsell behind the net. We check has it now. He dishes back over to Mells. Check gets annihilated on the half wall, gets back up, and the Lightning still have it in the zone, but the Hornets break free. Here come the Hornets right through the zone. They put it in. Here's a shot. Just goes wide left. Now to the opposite side, over to Brownsell. Brownsell trying to dish it over to Rochelle. Hornets hold, and they put it back down in. Here's a stick save by Sullivan. Rochelle puts it out of the zone here. Line change coming for the Lightning. Hornets coming on the near side now. They get it through the neutral zone and up the left side. Stopped by Rochelle. Over to Trinka, and Trinka puts it down in the zone. Chasing for it as Rickla, but they're going to call an icing, and we'll reset it on the other end.
That's one for today, Jer.
One icing.
We'll keep a running total for you.
I'll put it on my stat sheet.
It's not bad. We're 4.5 in, only one icing so far. That's pretty good for us.
After the face-off, Wesky's trying to get it around to Murda. Murda's there on the far side wall. Looking out, it's intercepted by the Hornets, and they keep it in the zone. Cradaville now back over to Wesky. Wesky, the puck gets chipped up high to Rickla. Rickla on the near side, he puts it in the zone. He goes around a guy, but it's taken right away. And the Hornets are going to dig this one out. Here they come. They put it in the zone at the left side. He makes a move, taken away by Wesky. The Hornets still have it, though, in between the circles. Big check there by Cradaville. Another big check by Cradaville. In the corner, Rickla fighting for it. Right behind Sullivan now. Rickla gets tied up with the guy. And the puck gets dished all the way out. Another icing for the Lightning. 11:43 to play in the first.
That's two, Jared.
We know one thing.
Good thing this isn't a drinking game.
Yeah.
Very original.
Here's the face-off for the Hornets. They do retain it. Big check by Molesky as he pounds him into the corner. Yantes dishes it back out to Molesky. Molesky's going to try to chip it out. It goes off the player. Now he swings it around the other side. It swoops around all the way down. This puck's going to die. Martin's chasing for it. Here come the Hornets. Up the left side. Fort getting a handle on it. He gets a stick on it. He gets nailed into the glass. Martin getting a stick on it. He puts it in the zone. Coming up behind him is Yantes. Yantes gets a shot. He gets put down to the ice. Another club over the head. And on the shot is McLaughlin. He puts it on the ice. McLaughlin pushes in again. Puck goes right by him on the half wall. Hornets pick it up. They got a 2-on-1, now a 3-on-1. Up the right side. They come into the right circle. Shot. Saved by Sullivan. And the puck gets cleared out of the zone. Here come the Hornets, and they dish it in again. Molesky chasing for it. Hornets still have it. And they still keep it in the zone here. Gets dished down back behind Sullivan again. Molesky tries to backhand it. Over to Martin, taken away by the Hornets. The Hornets have it on the weak side. Left shots right under the left pad of Sullivan. On the weak side, it goes in for a second goal. In net for the Hornets, number 30, Nolan Quick. Hasn't seen much action with only one shot on goal. Rao with the face-off. Hornets trying to break it out. They do. They get it through the neutral zone up the right side. Put it in. Mel's shoulders in. Brownsell chips it up. Hopefully that puck dies, and it will. We check chasing for it. On the near side, putting it on net is Rochelle. Here's Brownsell trying to get after it. And we check behind the net. Here come the Hornets. They're going to break it out, and he fans on it. He does get it up the zone up the left side. He skates towards Sullivan. Now he's behind him. Skates up to the right circle, now to the blue line. Takes a wrist shot. Shot saved by Sullivan on the, and they blew the whistle before he could cover for a face-off. Not sure why he blew the whistle, but he didn't really have a handle on the puck.
Good thing you have 4 refs to see that the puck is still loose. That's 8 hours. I thought they did great.
Face off now. Ricola has it. He dishes it near side. Trying to get it out. It does get out. Here comes Murda. Murda puts it in the zone, but right away black and green jerseys are there to retain possession. Here is Trinka on the near side half wall. Holding is Ricola at the top. Taken back away by the Hornets, but Ricola stops it with a skate. Here's Ricola now, 2-on-1. Ricola on the left circle. He goes towards the net, almost put in by Trinka, but Ricola still has it. Behind the net, couldn't get a clean shot off. Stepping up is Cradaville. Holding is Murda. Murda dishes it back down. Trinka there on the near side. Murda getting in the action there at the right circle. Hornets retain possession. Pushing in is Cradaville. Will hold it in the neutral zone. He gets it back over to Trinka on the near side, but pushed right out of the zone immediately by a Hornet. Cradaville pushes the puck up to Ricola. He'll hold off an icing. He's got the puck down low. Dishes it to Brownsell. Gets a shot. It goes off the post. Another shot by Ricola. Turns around. Tries to take a stab at it. And that's saved by Nolan Quick again. Hornets trying to bust it out, held into the zone. Here comes Rao. This time it's pushed out of the zone again, but Rao picks it up real quickly, puts it in. Here's Rao, dishes it for Leachek, just out of his reach, but Rao tells Jerry to put it in. He chips it down. On the far side, they're looking to break out. They do. Here they got another 2-on-1 opportunity for the Hornets up the right side, at the right circle. Nobody's there. He takes a shot, saved by Sullivan. Here's McLaughlin trying to get a stick on it. And the Hornets hold in. Maintaining possession in the zone here. Broken stick after a slap shot attempt by the Hornets. Stolen away by the Hornets again. McLaughlin behind the goalie gets a clear finally, forcing the Hornets to reset here. Hornets have it behind Sullivan, now at the left circle. Takes a shot, this one goes high and wide to the right. Gets punched out of the zone. Hornets bring it back into the zone between the circles. Here's a shot, left glove saved this time by Sullivan after he's faced 9 shots on goal now. Face off, controlled by the Hornets once again, but Rickla takes away. Trinka backhands it out. On the near side half wall here, they're battling for possession. Back check by Rickla, and Rochelle is there. A lot of hits going on here. Another big hit. This time Rochelle gets one in. Here's Trinka. He's going to bounce it out of the zone just briefly. Rickla battling for it as Edina is going to try to regroup here. They're in the neutral zone. Another rush coming here by the Hornets. Here they are up the left side. Shot. Left pad save Sullivan. Coming up with it is Murda. Murda dishes it back over to Rickla. Rickla's got some room. He puts it in the zone. He's got 2 guys to beat. Here's Rickla. Takes a shot. It goes off the right pad of Quick. He's still battling for it. Rickla in front of the net. This time he backhands it. Saved by Quick again. Got to try to chip that one over his shoulder there with 5:50 to go. Lightning's still down 2. Face off, controlled by Cradiville. He tries to take a swing at it. Cradiville holds in. Now he's going to skate. Dishes it to Fort. Fort back over to Yantes. Couldn't get a clean shot off of it. Quickly breaking out are the Hornets. Hornets have it down low, now at the left circle. Dishes intercepted by Cradiville for a brief moment. Puck slides over the crossbar. Hornets still have control of it. Now at the right circle, shot. Face mask saved by Sullivan. Another broken stick. This one's Wesky this time.
It's funnier than you.
I bet. I gotta work on it. Well, that's why I need you. Stick saved by Quick as he denies that long shot. Valesky chasing after it. Still got some timber on the ice. Look out, we don't want to trip over that. Molesky trying to get a handle on it, but the broken stick was in the way. Here's McLaughlin. Now to the near side. Here's Rao. Trying to get it across the zone, just can't quite get it. This time he banks it off the window, and they hold in. Not sure why they buzzed the buzzer. Nonetheless, we'll have a face-off down here right in front of the Hornet goalie of Nolan Quick. Face-off on the near side, controlled by the Hornets. They break it out again. Here come the Hornets up the right. He's at the right circle, takes a shot. Just like that, he passes it over to number 36 as he's sliding right up the middle of the two circles, and he smashes it in for a third goal. After a 3-0 lead by the Hornets. Face-off coming here. Hornets controlling again. Ricola has it in the center of the circle, or center of the ice, but taken away. Big hit there by Mells and another Edina player. Trinka taking up the loose puck, puts it in the zone, dishes it back to Ricola. Back to Trinka at the left circle. Dishes over to Murda with a one-timer, just couldn't get it enough mustard on it. Here come the Hornets the other way, same type of play where they're dishing to the center. Now they go over to the right side, weak side shot high over the crossbar. Michelle trying to pick it up. Here's Ricola, Trinka dishes it back down. Only got Ricola out there, everybody line changing behind him. On the near side, they tap it through the zone. It gets up the left side, and they chip it down in. Stick saved by Sullivan. 3 minutes to go here in the first. Face-off coming right in front of us after an offsides. Cradaville's going to pick it up. He was looking for Fort. Just a little bit late. Taken away by the Hornets. Here's a shot, left pad save. Cradaville picks it up again. On the near side now. Here's Fort. He chips it down in again. On the far side, Yankees chasing for it. This time we do have it in the zone. Weechek comes in. He holds it in the zone, dishes it back down, gets thrown to the ice. They're going to call a penalty on number 16, interference on Weechek. So that'll put the Lightning on the power play with 2:14 left in the first. So it gives us a one-man advantage here to close out the first period. Held in by Ricola. Ricola's at the point, has a lot of time here. Back over to Molesky on the far side, back to the point to Ricola. Ricola dishes it back off the wall to Molesky. And Edina bounces it out of the zone on us. Dishes it back, having some trouble here getting reset. Here's Molesky. Has the puck, dishes it back over. It's going to be intercepted again. Here's Cradaville. Dishes back to Yantes. Yantes up to Fort. He's going to put it in the zone. Just burned 30 seconds off the clock there. Battling off the half wall. Here's Molesky. He takes a shot. Goes wide left. Yantes has it now. He's going to dish it back to Cradaville. Cradaville takes a shot. It goes off the blocker, saved by Quick. Molesky to Ricola at the top. Back over to Molesky. Molesky left circle. Back over to Ricola at the top. Over to Cradaville. He takes his one-timer slap shot. Right pad save. And gets kicked out of the zone. 1 minute to go on the power play. Ricola still has it. Nope. Now it gets taken away. He gets his pocket picked. Here come the Hornets. Putting it in the zone. The Yankees hits it off the window to the near side to Cradaville. Cradaville dishes up to Ricola, but just too far ahead of him. Intercepted by Martin. Martin has the puck now down low. Martin fans on the pass. Back out to Ricola at the left circle. Ricola makes a move. Still has it, left circle, dishes it back down low to Murda. Back over to Rickley at the left circle. 20 seconds on the power play. Here's a shot. This one's going to go out of play with 29 seconds to go in the period. Lightning struggling to get some shots on goal here, even on the power play. Here's the face-off controlled by the Hornets. They backhand it out, held in by Brownsell. Brownsell puts one on net. Shot rebounded by Murda. He tries to stuff it in. It's saved by Quick again. Brownsell holds again. He puts it down low to Murda. Murda back over to Rao. Rao dishes back over. And as the guy comes out of the box, it disrupts the zone. Here's Martin, 3 seconds to go. And that'll be the end of the period. A rough start for the Lightning as they go down 3-0. And we will bring back the second and third period on a new link, a new live link here after we get the Zamboni out, get some fresh ice as the Lightning are down 3-0 on Lightning Bantam hockey here from Grand Forks, North Dakota.